Yo guys, welcome back to another Danmachi Memoria Freese video. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the two new idol units that are going to be dropping tomorrow. Yeah, if I upload it today, yeah, I'm going to be uploading before the banners come, so tomorrow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over their stats and skills, and then finally decide and give you, finally give you guys a bit of advice as to what I think, or my recommendation as to whether you should summon or not. Of course, take this with a grain of salt. This is just my opinion. This is advice. You are free to spend your iris however you please. In saying that, we're going to cut the camera off real quick because we are going to be looking at the new units. Okay, so I know this isn't a fantastic mock-up, but considering I can't find the English sort of slides anywhere, the in-game stuff, so this is the best I can do for now. Everything seems readable except like the text is a little bit mashed up, but I will fix this for next time if I have to do this again. Okay, so firstly, I love the artwork. Anyone in shorts looks great. No, I'm joking. There's limits. Some people just look terrible in shorts, but Asfi is not one of those people. But ignoring that, looking at the stats immediately, she is a balance type. She has a nice chunk of agility. She has a very nice amount of agility. I mean, she doesn't have a terrible magic stat. It's still double S, which is something at least. Earth unit. Okay, so Earth. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. There was for a time, Earth and Wind units were considered pretty much meh. Like there wasn't even a reason to upgrade them in the familiar point system. But the way things are going, it might actually start to be worth to actually invest or try and get some Earth units. I mean, don't take that as my final answer here. This is just me saying that it looks like they're showing some love to some forgotten elements, because let's be honest, Wind and Earth were pretty trash for a while. And I'm not saying Earth specifically is fantastic right now, outside of Wargame that is, but it's better than it was. Anyway, let's look at the skills. So special art, Ultra magic earth attack with a great temporary magic boost. Ultra crit, and for one turn, allies AoE resist plus 50%. Now, to me, honestly, it's going to be very few and far between that I ever use that SA. That's going to be one of those things where you're going to bring Asfi specifically for maybe another EX boss, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. As much as the great modifier and the ultra crit is fantastic, coupled with the fact that it's an AoE, and coupled with the fact that she has a relatively lower magic stat, it's not really going to match up to, it's not really going to be worth your time to actually do that SA in situations where you don't need to. And you're not really going to need to that often. Skill 1. Allies, fast buff, 4 turns, AoE resist plus 35%, gains 3 additional actions, allies plus 30% heal, and for 2 turns guard rate plus 20%. So, and it's another fast modifier, AoE resist plus 35%. She's basically she's trying to bring back that stall support type deal, which for me, I think they're ruining. I don't want to say they're ruining. They're really, okay, how do I put this? Her having over 1100 agility means nothing if fast modifiers are just going to go first anyway. And they keep laying on these fast modifiers to everyone. Basically, the only the lower ranks, the people are never going to get any higher than they are now unless they fall into this trap where they only run units that have fast modifiers for turn 1 and then they completely nuke for turn 2. You're removing the need for agility regardless. So that aside with the game, we all know that WFS like to power creep basically everything. That's my opinion on the fast modifiers, but this skill itself is really fantastic. In fact, it makes a great sack skill if you ever come up to a boss that requires your team to sort of shell up, if you understand my meaning. Turtle up is the term I was looking for. But yeah, so the 35% AoE resistance and plus the 30% heal, as well as guard rate for 20% for 2 turns. That's a real serious defensive buff there. It's like sort of up there against the latest Shakti as well. So there is that. But again, we have units that remove remove defensive buffs. There's I know it's an eyes, but does she remove AoE resistance? I think she does, right? She removes resistance buffs, if I recall correctly. So if I'm right there, that's kind of a null and void skill for war games, especially considering everyone's either running the light magic nuke team or the, you know, counter stall team. But skill 2, AoE super earth magic attack with temporary magic buff, ultra pen. Sorry, pen got cut off a little bit there. Reduces debuffs on allies for 2 turns. Now, this is a great supporting skill. Now, keep in mind, like I said, she has a relatively low magic stat. Like, it's not extremely low, but it's relatively low in comparison to magic damage dealers. 1500 with a super modifier is not gonna be as high as you think it will be. Reduces allies debuffs. The only place I see any need for anything like that outside of Wargame literally is 7th zone, and that's it. Because basically every 7th zone seems to lower your strength for magic for 3 turns. So yeah, that's helpful. But again, it just seems like what they've done here is that they're trying to replace Shakti, which we only just got for, you know, but this time for Earth instead of Wind. I don't know. They're trying to set a staple role for that specific type of support within Wargame. I don't really see it mapping out or planning out too well, considering we can already counter stall. And then finally, skill 3, high earth magic attack with ultra crit, and for every guard rate buff on self, skill damage plus 40%. The 40% modifier means she's gonna hit okay-ish. I don't see her damage being fantastic on that, regardless of the buffs anyway. And then moving on to passives, thunder resist, counters our earth element, magic agility index plus 25%. Now keep in mind that 25% is already added to the stats that you can see on the screen. Counter damage plus 50%, penetration damage plus 15%. I need to differentiate those. Counter damage plus 50%, 50%, and penetration damage plus 15%, 15. I have to do that because I know my accent sometimes screws with numbers. And then insect killer, because they want you to summon for this for the upcoming familiar rush. Overall, I don't think, like, I'm not saying she's a bad unit. She is a bad, apparently I am saying she's a bad unit. No, I'm not saying she's a bad unit. I just don't see a need for her. So beyond collecting her for the outfit and the CP rewards, I don't really see her as beneficial. Maybe 1 copy for a sack if you need that defensive support. But other than that, I'm not seeing much viability here in terms of war games, because we can counter stall, and that's all she pretty much does here. Especially, I mean, and then even then, all of the, and if you're not coming against counter stall, all the other teams that you're going to be coming against have a fast modifier on their setups as well. So this seems I mean, when's the last time you saw Shakti in Wargame as well and it paid off, you know? But we're going to move on to the next unit after taking a look at my pretty face, of course, and it's daily login. What do you know? But Lulune, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to trigger people. Anyway, so we're going to come over here. I really botched this one, didn't I? I can read the skills. I'm really sorry about that. So the stats, as you can see, she is a magic damage dealer. She's designed for magic. She's got over 1,000 agility, just about. Triple S magic, which we are sort of becoming accustomed to now. Like, it seems like everyone they're bringing out. And oh, it's raining, but I can hear an ice cream van, and I just hope you can't hear the ice cream van. So the stats look okay. There's nothing amazingly striking about the stats per se, but there's nothing wrong with them either. There's a S dex, double S agility, and triple S magic. That's all of the makings for a wargame unit immediately. If nothing else, if you look at a unit stats and you see that, like agility, it's leaning towards agility and damage, they're designed for war games. But let's have a look at the skills. The artwork's kind of meh. I'm not gonna lie, they really don't look like they really tried with this artwork. SA ultra earth magic attack with a temporary magic boost, ultra pen, and for 3 turns self magic agility and earth damage plus 60%. Now That's a self buff and it's only 60%. Unless that's a typo, that's pretty bad, man. Like magic and earth damage, yeah, fantastic, but it's only 60%. Agility buff in war game is, yeah, cool. As I was just saying, the fast modifiers sort of make agility redundant in war games nowadays. And then on top of that, you have to, you know, like for this SA to matter, you already have to have gone through at least 2 or 3 turns to get this SA. So I don't know, this SA seems really mid, to be fair. Skill 1, AoE high earth magic attack, ultra uncounter, gains 2 additional actions. Those are a low earth magic attack. Nice. It's clear cut, does what it says, and it has an ultra uncounter rate, which means you know, counters are going to be reduced from the enemy, which is always a good thing. But it's got, besides the additionals, it's got no extra features to it, which is really weird because I'm so used to actually seeing skills with the additionals. So like, it could have had like a mild agility buff or something, even just anything would have been there. Like, it feels like this unit was really like, they just rushed it out. Again, I am sorry for the overlapping of skill 2 and 3 there, but I'm going to read it out anyway. So skill 2, AoE fast mid earth magic attack with temporary magic boost for 2 turns, self magic and earth damage plus 60%. This is what I'm saying. So she already buffs herself by 60%. So unless these are typos, that SA is just so crap. The buff here is very good, like for, you know, for a skill, and it's a fast modifier as well, so she's always going to go for that turn 1 setup. And then finally we have skill 3, single target, super earth magic. Is that a typo? Okay, I do need to say thank you to the Danmachi Memoria Freese Reddit Discord. The translations came directly from their translations during the live stream, so thank you guys over there. Fantastic job as always. So skill 3, single target, super earth magic attack, ultra pen, and temporary great magic boost. That's gonna hurt like hell. And if those modifiers are correct, the next record buster that's going to be weak to earth, she is going to, well, it's got a great magic boost, but there's no additional modifiers. She's give herself the 60. She's going to do decent damage. I don't see her nuking or anything like that, but she's going to do a decent amount of damage. She feels like a very bland unit. Like this thing, it just seems like she's too simple, if that makes sense. Like we're so used to seeing units that debuff this, debuff that, buff this, buff that. You know, this she almost seems like they've intentionally left things off of her to leave her feeling very plain. And it's not a great feeling to have, because it doesn't make you want to summon, you know. Overall, I'm not seeing amazing things from her either. I mean, she's an earth mage, which means she will fit into that earth mage meta, which I know a lot of higher tier players use in war games. But other than that, it's not going down in Chinatown with this one. Anyway, the passives are exactly identical to Asfi. I'm gonna give my final opinion on this now. Let me just close this up and look you guys in the eye. You know, do I think you should summon? Try and get 1 copy of Lulune if you like, just for CP purposes. Asfi if you want the, you know, collector purposes for the outfit, you know, the outfit story and all of that good stuff. But please don't invest heavily in these banners. On first glance, if I'm wrong, I will come out and make another video. And I will make sure I do it within time, so I correct the mistakes, so you guys don't feel like you've missed out on much. But currently, as it stands on paper, given what they actually look like, let me just get my skip these. As it stands on paper, there's nothing majorly impressive. Yay, we got the ticket. There's nothing majorly impressive about these units. They're not even limited units, so you've really got no stress causing you to need to summon these. They don't offer anything that isn't already within the game. There's nothing extraordinarily rare about them. CP and outfit collection purposes is pretty much the maximum of their benefit right now, in my opinion. Like I said, you are definitely free to spend your iris how you wish. Anyway, that is my advice. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like if you did, subscribe if you're not. Social media links in the description, and as always guys, I love you and I'll catch you later.
Fire fighter!